Okay, thank you. Hello. Thank you for sitting up here. These are the heroes of the pandemic. We are so excited that you are here with masks, without masks, eating, laughing. So welcome to Fame on Broadway. I think it's been 2 years since the last show because of the pandemic. And SK brought us all together, so this is a very, so SK wanted me to threaten you all with violence if you aren't nice to the comedians, or he's going to make you come to another book launch. And yeah, I think we're ready, SK? Okay. Let me welcome your host, Chris Tabish.
What's up, you guys? All right, there it is. Welcome, you guys. I'm so excited. This is the Fame venue. Isn't this a great venue? Yeah. Francesca, where's Francesca? She is, oh yeah, right over there. She is the owner of the Fame venue. I asked her, yep, and Carl, give Carl a hand. Yep, partner. I asked Francesca, I said, hey, do you want to get up here and do a set? And she said, it depends on how you do. So if you guys don't laugh, we're not. But you guys, I'm so excited. There's great energy here tonight, right? Great vibe? Yeah. Great energy. I hope it's not petroleum based. Okay. But you guys look great. You guys in the splash zone. Thanks for joining us in the splash zone. Yeah. She asked, what if we don't laugh? And I'm like, we're going to have to replace you. So, but you guys look great. Look at you. You guys look great. Thank you. You look great. And I think we're going to have a great time, you guys. I'm super excited. Yeah. Okay, so who are you guys here to see?
The people who are funny.
Okay, all right, awesome. Okay. Who are you here to see, sir?
I'm absolutely the amazing author of that fabulous new book.
Okay, S.K. Morton?
That's the one.
S.K. Morton. And you call yourself my dad. Whatever. Yes, S.K., his book, his launch, we're so excited. All right, it's very cool. Grandpa's Cheese. And I don't mean to brag, but 2 copies have been sold, so pretty awesome. Yeah. We're still getting in the totals from Antarctica and Greenland, so the night is young. No, I'm super excited, guys. And by the way, do you guys know SK? Just show of hand. How many know SK? A few? Okay. You know he's not an actual cartoon. Just wanna make sure. I just don't want him coming out and they'd be like, who is this man? And where's Roger Rabbit? So he is a man. I just want to make sure. So SK and I, we actually have a lot in common. A good friend of mine. We actually share things like, for example, we both wear a CPAP mask. Not the same one. That'd be a little bit awkward. I tell you that, guys. Anybody wear a CPAP? Bro, thanks for me. Yeah, and I tell you that because it's not just for the old and obese, right? Unless you think I'm old and obese. In that case, you're spot on. Yeah, I know. No, but it is. So a lot of people think CPAP. So it's the mask that you wear over your face at night. CPAP stands for continuous positive air pressure. Okay? They try to spin it up, market it. It makes it sound like I have Anthony Robbins strapped to my face. Okay? But after having worn it through a few years, I can honestly tell you that it actually stands for coitus prevention apparatus. That's what you look like an F-16 fighter pilot for the Amish. Hey there! We're going to be taking it around back here, bringing it in for a little coitus there. Okay, who wants to wake that up? Come on. And imagine this, you guys. Now, I know why people stay married wearing a CPAP, right? Are you an F-16 air fighter for the Amish? You're like, yeah, I just got out of service.
I regret raising my hand.
We make the jokes up here, okay? Yeah, so it is like, imagine going on a first date, like somebody wears a CPAP. This is what it looks like. Man, like who wants to be, loved up by a soggy Darth Vader? Am I right? And you can dip them in milk, that's. Wow. All right. Yeah, it is though. So anybody who hasn't worn a CPAP, it's kind of like making out with a vacuum cleaner. Am I right? Yeah. Dude, I haven't made out with a vacuum cleaner. It's okay, bro. That's how I work my technique. Come on. We're all friends here. Get his name and number. We're gonna contact him later. And it does make a lot of noise, just so you're aware. Which is okay for me, because I can fart anytime I want in bed, bro. Sorry girls, I'm taken, okay? My wife is like, what's that sound? It's the CPAP, honey. You're good. But if you wear a CPAP, are you married?
No.
Are you dating?
No.
Smart move, because if you are, you gotta keep it up. This is why he's not married. If you wear a CPAP, you gotta all the time deliver, otherwise, she could just turn off the power. Boom. I'm not sure what happened. He just died. It's weird. I heard him fart and he just died. I'm getting older. I'm like, I'm missing out on what you young people call hope. And even, so I actually I have hearing loss. I was diagnosed with hearing loss back in 1812. I may have heard that wrong. But I wear the hearing aids that go inside my ear. I used to wear the kind that go outside my ear. But the problem is, when people see your hearing aid, they talk to you like you're trapped in a fishbowl. Hey there! Would you like a tomato on your sandwich? I'm like, what? I fixed the problem. And why are you talking to me that way? And why would I want a potato on my sandwich? And like, I mean, come on, why would I do that? It's like, people fix the problem. I don't go up to somebody with glasses and like, hey there! I'm gonna move over here. You still see me now? Or, go up to some guy with an oxygen tank like, you get enough air down there? There! What? Yeah. Anyway, I have learned, and even then, like, people try to be super nice about it, and they try to talk sign language. You guys know sign language? No? Okay. Neither do they. So it's like having a conversation with a mime. You taking the bus home? What is that, a gang sign, or you want me to steal second base? What is going on? Would you like some sushi? Not that kind of sushi. Awkward, right? Yeah, sorry. I wish we'd known each other better. Okay. But even so, you guys, is anybody have hearing loss here? You're like, what? No, do you have hearing loss? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hearing. See? Sign language. We're getting it. It sneaks up on you. Am I right? So I didn't know I had sign language, and my wife was like, hey, you say what all the time? You need to go see the doctor. And I'm like, well, in my defense, you say a lot of words when I'm not even paying attention. I didn't know that was on the hearing test, honey. So, okay. So I went into the doctor, and I knew the minute I took the hearing test, I didn't even need to talk to the doctor, because I was like, you sit down, and he puts the, he's like, Mr. Tavish, come sit down, take the test, and then I get up, and he's like, okay, you need to pay and go see Dr. Sam Rich. I'm like, why would I want a potato on my sandwich? And then I call up my best friend. And I was like, dude, I'm losing my hearing. And he goes, yeah, I knew that. And I said, why? Is it because I say what all the time? And he goes, no. It's because you talk like this all the time. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Hey, I paid you guys to laugh, bro. What is up? All right, are you guys ready for some comedians? Thank you. We have a great next comedian. I'm very excited to introduce her. She is, I love this woman. She is on the Kill Tony podcast. She has been on the San Francisco Punchline and Cobb's Comedy College. Have you been to college? She graduated. Give it up for Nicole Trent.
That's what happened when you bought things at Walmart. Trời ơi bạn đi một tuần tao không gặp mày mà bụng mày vẫn thù lù. Please feel free to sing along if you know the words. I'm from Vietnam. Last week I went to a black comedy club in Auckland. All the sisters looked at me like, uh-oh. Somebody forgot to pay the bills at the nail salon. Please forgive me the way I speak. There are some letters in the English language that I cannot pronounce. I could tell you which one they are, but I cannot pronounce them. But sometimes language barrier can be to my advantage. One time my boss says, she likes hair that's curly. I thought she says I could go home early. She told me, you need to pay attention. I thought she said, you need to pay vacation. My car is a Hyundai accent. When people hear me speak, they ask me, hey, where's your accent from? I say, I use Scarlett in Fremont. Many intersections in Fremont have cameras. What an expensive way to get a selfie. I got a selfie in the mail. $479, man. Last week, an American guy asked me, are you nuts? I said, why? Are you allergic? Another guy told me he was a vegan. I say, vegan? I love Star Trek. Beat me up or blue-eyed white guy? So I'm an Asian girl. I like white guys. When I first learned English, I start with simple phrases like, how do you do? Or, I'm happy to meet you. Or, not tonight, I have a headache. I won a beauty contest for girls who speak bad English. I'm now the brand new 2022 Miss Pronounce. At college, they told me I need student loan. I thought they could loan me a student to help me with my homework. They asked me, what kind of loan you want? I said, give me a blue-eyed white guy. Many of them in the libraries. I go there and check out a book. Instead, I check out blue-eyed white guys. I grew up in a town called Bà Chiểu. I understand now in my hometown, they have a big Apple store. They also sell bananas and kumquat. They don't sell iPhone 10. They sell big fat hen. We always have picnic at the beach. The seagulls were annoying, but so tasty. I had a turbulent childhood. I remember my first swimming lesson. My father threw me into the Mekong River. I ended up in the Philippines. When I was a kid, we played ding dong ditch. We did not have doorbell. We just ditched our friend ding dong. My cousin Bing Bing snores. She snores like this. Bing 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 bing. Bing 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 bing. It can be annoying and scary, especially when she's driving. Bing bing, wake up, turn off your blinker. Back in my country, Bing Bing was the life of the party, the Communist Party. That's why I'm here, man. Enjoy American freedom. Bing Bing wants a man so bad. She got a job at the candy store. Sure, there are a lot of sugar daddy there. Bing Bing always dream of winning a lottery so she can go back to Vietnam, buy our entire village, and raise the rent. Everybody wants to know about my cousin Bing Bing last name. My cousin Bing Bing last name is Bing. But she never uses it because Bing 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 sounds like a slot machine. I pay my mother to do my daily chores for $25. She does my laundry. For $15, she cleans my room. I pay her $10 an hour to surf the internet for blue-eyed white guys. That's a very good joke. My mother doesn't believe in psychic reading, but she's happy to tell me that I have no future. 4 women live in my house, 1 mother, 3 sisters. I am the Cinderella. If my mother hear me sing, someday my prince will come. She thinking I'm talking about Prince, the Chihuahua who lives at the dry cleaner. My little sister is my bookkeeper. With all the money I make in stand-up, she's not very busy. 2-hour lunch, no problem, man. She's planning to take me to Santa Cruz to get a roller coaster. I said, forget it, man. I already got car sick 3 times on Highway 17. She doesn't like today good-looking man. She loves Jay-Z. She always carry a lot of cash with her in her purse. Just in case the house burned down, she still can afford some chicken wings and a few karaoke nights. She texts me, how long are you going to be in there? Then she called me, how long are you going to be in there? Then she texts me again. She makes using the restroom feel like working in the call center. Your call will be answered in the order it was received. When I first started driving, I got a ticket for driving 100 miles an hour. I said to the cop, hey man, the sign said 101. One time my mother drove us to Disneyland on Highway 5. It took 4 days to get there. That's okay, to make up for lost time, we took 101 on the way home. I like to watch basketball, man. I love Stephen Curry. But I love chicken curry even more. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. Last year, I dressed like Kim Kardashian. I crammed 2 watermelons down the back of my pants. Then I put 2 cantaloupes in the front. Then I got arrested for shoplifting. I went to a pumpkin festival. I saw a 2,000-pound pumpkin. In Vietnam, we would carve that pumpkin, then move it. And where's your house? It's the 4 jack-o'-lantern on the left. Asians are scared of ghosts. When we buy a house, we ask, did anybody die in here? If that house had ghosts, we want to know, does that ghost have rent control? Look at this. This is a $10 dress.
Beautiful.
And a $75 spank. It's true, man. Some woman I know shop at Forever 21. I cannot fit into anything of that store. I'm waiting for them to come out with almost 42. Dress made with polyester make me not only curvy, but flammable. My cousin Bing Bing loves to wear long black boots, but she's short, so she look like Asian pirate. But she very color coordinated. Her purse always match with her eye patch. When I go to hairdresser, I say make me look like famous pop star, like Katy Perry, Taylor Swift. This haircut is Paul McCartney. That's a very good one. I could not get along with my therapist. I had to go see a second therapist just to talk about the first therapist. My second therapist has a more comfortable chairs and plenty of tissues. She says sometimes change is good. I say I don't like change. I only accept 50s and 100s. I went to a Shopaholic anonymous meeting. It's not because I have a problem. I want to find out where the good sales are. I go, is that time yet? Okay, good. I'm just having fun, man. You guys having fun? Having fun, yeah. Orange traffic cones are not only lightweight, but sturdy. I know, because I run over a lot of them. I have about 15 of them in my garage. Your tax money really at work. When I first came to America, I got a lousy car, man. One time I pulled up to the toll booth. He says, $4. I go, sold. The first time I saw a car with 3 bicycles on the roof, I thought someone may have had bad accident. Then I start looking for 3 blue-eyed white guys with tight pants. Kids in my neighborhood are so troublemaker, man. They ride their bike, they skate everywhere, they run on the street without looking. I'm afraid I'm gonna hit one of them again. I turn up the music in my car really loud. That way I cannot hear on the honking. That's a good one. Man, I go to Hollywood to do comedy, man. I found a very good Vietnamese restaurant. The rice cake were to die for. Only 49 cents. I paid $19 for a tiny hamburger in Beverly Hills. Back in my village, with $19, you can get the whole water buffalo with rice cake on the side. Roaches are everywhere in Beverly Hills. I say, how come you get roaches? He says, those are not roaches, those are water bugs. I say, what's the difference? He says, a water bug is a road with a better address. Smart joke. Driving in LA, I see so many middle fingers, making me feel right at home. Like I never left San Jose. Almost everything in the apartment I rented in Hollywood were broken. The water faucet, the toilet paper rack, and my dream of stardom. I went to a celebrity laundromat in Hollywood. What kind of celebrity doing their laundry? I was the biggest celebrity there until Lindsay Lohan crashed her car to the window. I paid $18 for fast track and got stuck in traffic. I looked outside. I saw a bug going faster than my car. I said, hey man, are you a road or water bug? He says, a water bug. I said, see you in Beverly Hills. That's good callback. There are a very popular restaurant in Hollywood called Burger Factory. Right next to it, a Burlington Coat Factory. Everybody that worked there ate at Cheesecake Factory. So great to see factory jobs returning to America. When I go to Las Vegas, I don't gamble. I just eat the buffet. If I really want to gamble, I eat at Taco Bell. I ate at the restaurant in Vegas called Papa. The waiter asked me if I like to have a window seat. I say no, thank you. I love to have a table in the Papa. They have a town named Hidden Valley in Nevada. I couldn't find it. Las Vegas is dangerous. So many pickpockets. We call them dealers. I like white guys with blue eyes, but he must have two of them. I don't date Australian Shepherd. That's joke for you. The last guy I dated worked at the racetrack cleaning up after horses. I always look for a man with a stable job. 10 years ago, I went to a fortune teller. She told me by 2025, I would have a handsome husband and 2 beautiful children. So I tell all the men in the audience, hurry up, time is running out. If I'm going to make that quota, we have to start it tonight. My favorite dog is a golden retriever. I throw a ball, he brings it back. I throw a stick, he brings it back. I throw out my boyfriend, he buries him in the yard. I love music from the 1980s, even to this day. I still answer the phone like this. Hello, is it me you're looking for? He says, no. Where's your cousin, Bing Bing? Thank you very much for coming to support live comedy. And by the way, I don't have a green card, so please do not tell anybody that you saw me here tonight. Thank you.
you ready for some unprotected stand-up comedy? Okay. Give it up for Nicole Tran and the whole Communist Party. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Francesca, where are you? Francesca? All right. So, now that you see, no, she's like, sorry, Nicole. No indication that was me. All right. Okay. Well, I am just a reminder, you guys, if you want to do an event, if you want to have a celebration, this venue, Fame, on Broadway is available. You just talk with Francesca in the back, talk with Carl. They are opening up. They haven't been open for 2 years, so pretty amazing. So they decked it out tonight. It looks wonderful. Thank you, guys. One more hand for Francesca. I'm just so glad people are together again, right? It just felt like for so long, it was like we were trapped in, it was like living in the 50s, like all these board games and repressed homosexuality, it just gets to you. It's like, so you guys all weird, right? Sorry. Are you vaccinated? Are you vaccinated? Everybody vaccinated? All right, some guy in the back like bringing that crap up again, bro. Come on, sorry, bro. But did you guys? Okay, so I think I'm curious what kind people got, right? Because there was 3 kinds. There was that one. There's Pfizer, and then there's Moderna, and then there's that one. Nice knowing you. Yeah. I got the one with 2 shots, and the first shot, I don't know you guys. I felt better after the first shot than I did before. Like I woke up, I was well rested, my head was clear. I could shoot webs from my wrists. I'm like, this is the stuff. And then after the second shot, did you guys get sick after the second shot? What was yeah? You got sick? Yeah. Did you know there was a second shot? You just, okay. You should probably go back and have a conversation. So I took the second shot and I was feeling high. I turned to the guy, I'm like, I'm gonna need a few more of these vaccines for a party I'm throwing this weekend. You know? And I kept feeling high through the night, and I'm like, did I get the right vaccine? And I'm like, I watched everything he did, you know, the way he heated it off the spoon. And then he put it on the mirror. It seemed right to me, okay? If the government wants to control me, they can do all they want, because that felt pretty good. And yeah, it might be government control. It could be a shameless corporate ploy. But it happens to be the only way I can get into Chili's to get those delicious jalapeno poppers. You know what I'm saying? Are you guys ready for your next comic? Yeah. We're in for a treat. This guy has performed in Kevin Hart City. He's performed on Comedy Central. Give a warm applause for Mario Hodge.
Hey, good to be here. It's good to be here. Good to see y'all. Give it up for Nicole Tran one more time. Give it up for the host. Yeah, he was talking earlier about being vaccinated. I'm kind of on the fence on that. No, I'm just waiting for Welch's grape juice to make it. When Welch's grape juice make the vaccination, then I'll take it. Welch's grape juice ain't never killed anybody. Yeah, I'm from, anybody still scared of their parents? There's nothing wrong with that, man. That's called respect. That's what it's called. I respect my mom. My mom is 79. I'm about to be 50, April 9th. And I don't cuss around my mother. I don't talk crazy to my mother. I don't do any of that. I wrote something on Facebook the other day, and she's a Facebook friend of mine. She came on Facebook, and she says, "I didn't raise you like that. Don't you ever write nothing like that ever again." And I was like, how do I respond to my mom? And I thought about it. I logged into my other account under a fake name, and I came back and said, "Listen here, you stupid old lady. Mind your own business. Leave Mario Hodge alone." smart way to cut your parents out. You know what to do now, don't you? I'm from Oakland, California, born and raised. Yeah, nobody clapped for that. Oakland is the #1 city for robbery, still. Look it up, Google it, you'll see it. Yep. Me and my son got robbed together by a sister. Yeah, she had some stilettos on, a nice skirt, nice blouse, and a pink ski mask on, right? This is how I knew she was ghetto, because she had her fake eyelashes glued on the outside of her ski mask. She walked up to me with a gun and said, "Break yourself right now, sucker." I said, "Please don't kill me, I got kids." She says, "I know, we got kids together." This ended up being my own wife. Then I got robbed by a guy that was deaf. I don't know how to communicate with a deaf guy. I don't know nothing, no sign language or nothing. He pulled a gun on me and handed me a note at the same time. So I took the note and opened it. He said, "Give me all your stuff right now and don't say a word to me." And I was confused at this moment. I was like, what do I do? But I noticed something about the note. The note was written in pencil, and he had a pencil behind his ear, so this is my chance to communicate with him. So I took the pencil from behind his ear, and I erased everything on a piece of paper. I wrote what I had to write to him, handed it back to him. He opened it up and read it and said, "Please don't kill me, I got a family to provide for." He got upset, snatched the pencil back from me. He erased everything I had on a piece of paper, wrote what he had to write to me, and handed it back to me. I opened up and read it. It said, "I don't want to hear all that." How is that possible? You deaf. And he stole my earphones. Anybody ever been to that zoo in Oakland, California? Yeah, it's like one of the worst zoos ever. I took my kids there. They ain't talked to me for 6 months. Yeah, they got this, I'm 49 years old, like I told y'all. They got the same animals in there since I've been 2. Yeah, they got a lion in there with a George Jefferson hairstyle. He can't roar unless he put a voice box to his neck. He's like, there's a kangaroo in there with a C-section scar on her stomach. A giraffe with a neck brace on. There's some hummingbirds. My daughter said, "Dad, let's go see the beautiful hummingbirds." I said, "Okay, let's go." This hummingbird was so ghetto, it came out the tree and said, I said, "That's a Jefferson thing." I understand some white people probably don't know what that is. If you ain't got BET or TV1. I've never dated a white woman before. Not that white women are not pretty. It's just that I never dated. I'll take that back. I did try to date one before, but she was racist and she didn't know she was racist. Sometimes the white people don't know that they're racist. You got to point it out to them. They have no idea. She called me and said, "You want to go on a date?" I said, "Sure, I want to try something new." She says, I told her, I said, "Well, I got to get dressed and shave first." She said, "You can come over to my house and do this." That's when I knew she was white, because black women don't invite you over their house on the first date. So I went over there, and I asked her where the restroom was at. She showed me to the restroom. I shaved. What do all men do when they finish shaving? Put on shaving lotion or alcohol. I see alcohol on her bathroom counter. I grabbed the alcohol, grabbed some tissue, poured the alcohol in the tissue, started wiping my face down. She busted in the bathroom. No. You ain't got to use tissue. I can use cotton balls. So she handed me some cotton balls. So I grabbed one. She said, "You can grab more than one." I grabbed another one. And that's when I realized. I said, "Wait a minute, she got me picking cotton." That is racist. This rent is going up really high. It's ridiculous, man. My friend, I moved out of Oakland for that reason. $2,500 for one bedroom apartment. $2,500 for one bedroom apartment. My friend, he's like, I'm not lenient. I don't care. I'll work 2 jobs to afford my rent. So he works 2 jobs at once to afford his rents. No, he don't get off at a job and go to another job. He worked 2 jobs at the same time. He worked for UPS and he got the Uber sticker in the window. So he's dropping off packages and picking up people at the same time, getting that money. They hire anybody at Walmart. You see this? You ever been to Walmart recently? The people that check your receipt, they will hire anybody at Walmart. I've seen a guy checking receipts and he was in a hospital bed. He had tubes going through his nose. I said, you might need to check your pulse. I have a hard time dating. I'm kind of funny style when it comes to figures. I don't like skinny women. If they're skinny and don't have just narrow, I think you should be able to park in handicapped parking spaces. I think that's a disability. I went on a date with a skinny girl. She was too light. She was too light. She was so light. We couldn't enjoy the movie because she was so light. She couldn't hold the seat down, so it kept popping up the whole time. I had to put my popcorn and drink on her legs so her legs could stay down. I like a BBW. Yes. A heavy set woman. I ain't got no problem saying that. I want her arms to look like KFC potato wedges. I want her to be to wear leggings on her arms too, not just her legs. I want her to match. I took my big girl to the movie. She got to use the bathroom. Her seat stayed down till she got back. She messed up all the screws in that seat. We had to take it with us. Now it's a car seat for my son. That's terrible. Ladies, stop thinking because you put a filter on it makes you look better. If you ugly, you just ugly. That's gonna happen. I keep trying to tell my sister this. Nothing's gonna fix you. We got different mothers, same father. She looked just like my father. Terrible. I can prove to you that you don't look better with a filter on your head. I don't care if you put, bunny rabbit ears, dog ears, whatever. You're gonna be ugly. You're just gonna be the ugliest animal people ever seen. I'll prove this right now. I'm the ugliest woman in this club right now. Now I put a filter on. I am still the ugliest woman in here right now. Filter does not work. And stop wearing lace front wigs if you got a big forehead. I'm gonna show you how you look in public to us. You see this? You see how you look driving a car sideways to everybody else? And I gotta bring this up because this is a beautiful sister right here. And you got a ponytail in your head. So I'm gonna bring this. And you got edges. For black people, for people that don't know what edges is, it's the little hair that's on the side right here. She's got hers. So a lot of my beautiful black queens, what they do is they get their hair braided. And it's a beautiful thing. I love to see my sisters with braids, but when you get your hair braided by somebody that cares about you. Because sometimes they braid it so tight, when you take it out, your sides and edges are gone. Like, why is your fake eyelashes longer than your edges? There's a problem. And what's the number one hairstyle black women put their hair in when they take their braids out? They put it in a ponytail, right? Why would you do that and your sides and edges are gone? Like you look really ridiculous in public. Like I can just show you. Like, you see this, right? And then they would try to trick you and turn it brush it sideways. This doesn't work. We can see you. It's hard dating now because they got all these genders, all these different things, all these different people. I'm just gonna say it, transgenders. You can't cancel me, I ain't got nothing to cancel. My Comcast bill or something. But these transgenders, some of them be nice looking, they be cute. Can't deny it. But I only date women, you know? And so when I go to the club, especially you young man, you gotta be careful. You gotta listen. You gotta listen because they trick you. I suggest you do what I do. You gotta act like the prince on Cinderella. When I walk into a club and I see a nice looking lady and I'm like, I'm not sure if that's a man or a woman, I take my shoe off and ask her to try it on. If she wears a size 13, that's a man. Hey, listen, I know a lot of people don't like Trump. I didn't have nothing against him, but I was mad at the fact that, he was trying to build a wall around, Mexico. I wanted him to build a wall around child support. I'm tired of him garnishing my wages. But listen, we got to stop being fooled, you guys. The pandemic is real. Everybody's getting sick, that's real. I won't take that away from nobody. But you're getting brainwashed to only think about the virus. You're not thinking about other things that's outside of here. There's people on the street, black and brown, that's still getting killed by the police. And none of that is being put on TV because they covering up with this coronavirus thing, right? Here's the thing. Here's one thing that I know is that the police haven't killed. They haven't killed anybody gay. And they won't tell you why, because gay people have power, and they have a lot of power that I even respect. And I wish that we can come together and have that same power. We give up real easy, but the gay community, they fight. If a police officer kills somebody gay, they're going to jail because of how they're eager. They're gonna keep fighting to make sure they get their rights respected. So what I'm trying to say to the fellas in here, if you ain't gay in 2022, try to act gay. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, when I came here, I got pulled over by the police coming here, and I'm from Oakland. I ain't got no license and registration. So he pulled me over. He had an attitude, little short white man. He's mad, and he wanted my license, and I told him it's in the glove department, but I don't want to reach for it. Can you please get it? So he got it. He went and got my license. Went to go run my license, and I was scared. I said, "Man, this guy might shoot me." So I got ready for him, you guys. This is what I did. I gotta go home to my wife and kids. I love them. I don't want to die. I want to see them the next day. When he came back with my license, I said, "Oh my God, you're so cute." I said, "Look at your little gun. Pew, pew, pew." I'm Mario High from Oakland, California. Now, the pleasure to entertain you guys. Thank you so much.
Give it up for Mario High.
Yeah, Mario, you are cute. Wow. Mario, you talked about a deaf guy robbing you. I just want to say, I'm sorry. Okay, we need the money. Okay. Are you guys ready for your headliner? Yeah. I am ready for this. I've been waiting for this. SK, I'm so excited. Launch of his book. Great man. I love SK. He's a comedic genius. Please give it up for SK Morton.
Line? Oh no, you guys, hold on a second. I really want to thank you guys. That was very nice, what you said before. That's right, I was listening. I heard you, heard every word. I want to thank everyone but her. No, it was nice applause. I can only assume you guys are here tonight because your houses are being fumigated. Because I do not feel funny. I take that back. I did drink some curdled milk, so I feel a little funny. But I don't think you guys are going to enjoy this. All right, let's hear it for Mario Hodge. Yeah. I'm not getting any claps or laughs, so I figured I'd throw that one in there. Okay, so I got to let you guys know something. My wife is black. I'll never understand that. Yay, melanin! Yay! I don't get that. Look, I didn't have a choice. We had that one. We went to that movie Loving. You guys remember the movie Loving about that white guy and black girl got married? She and I were the only mixed race couple in the theater, and we were sitting up in the front. And when the lights came up, the movie was over. It was a bunch of, gray-haired ponytails, ex-hippies sitting in the back row. They saw us. They were like, "It's them in the wild." It's just no big deal. I mean, tried scrubbing it, won't come off. I live with it. So that's not racist. Because, well, I married a black woman. That's a get out of racism free card, isn't it? It sure is. That's what people say to me. Say, "Oh, you only married a black woman so you can tell black jokes." First of all, so what? Second of all, that's not why I married her. I married her because of my fetish. No, you didn't hear me right. No, I married her because she told me to, and you know how pushy black women are. Now, you didn't hear me again. You're misunderstanding me, everything I'm saying. No, I make fun of the racism stuff. People say you do race jokes. I'm not really. I'm making fun of racism because it is ridiculous. We're all the same. It's just to hear the people think that someone's better than the other because of race and everything. It's just crazy. It's not smart. Chinese people do that. It drives me nuts. I would. She just happens to be black. It's what it was. She's this wonderful woman I met. She happens to be black. I would have dated a white woman if I had even the slightest interest in hiking. All the white women are like, "What?" And Chinese women, well, not just Chinese, all Asian women, very attractive. But how long can you fake interest in a cello solo? It's racist, isn't it? And then the Latinas, of course, they carry knives. So it just leaves the black guy. There we got a Latina clapping. That's right, Hesse. Did I say it right? No. Oh, yeah, she's like, "What did you do?" And you brought me to the front row. I was talking about black women. I'm one of them. No, I know what I can say and can't say, because I've been to the meetings now. So, yeah. You know what? They do smell like wet dog. Keep laughing, white boy. We're talking about you. I'm in trouble now. My wife hates it when I let that out of the bag. You're not supposed to tell them. No. Here's the thing. I make these jokes. My wife is fantastic. Actually, really all, because I also make jokes about women and things. But the fact of the matter is that no one, I'll just leave it at that. No one really believes me when I say this, but it really is true. generally speaking, I honestly believe that women are better than men.
Yes.
That's why I say generally speaking. But no, I mean, you guys, you're very thoughtful, you're conscientious, not as repetitive, obviously, as guys. You're industrious, the whole thing. You'd think you guys would be able to parallel park, but it doesn't really matter. Wow, no laughs out of that one, not even from the guys. You just left me hanging? Boy, guys bringing their wives. No, I think, well, the fact of the matter is, again, I really do think you guys are better, and because I think you're better, I blame you. For everything. Because you guys wield such power. You could really do whatever you want, and you waste it on, like, lotion and Uggs or whatever it is you guys do. It's just nuts. Okay, think about this. Adolf Hitler got married, all right? And she knew what was going on. She saw the mustache. And all she had to do was just say, I don't want to go to Poland. I don't like Poland. And boom, no World War II. For all the better women there, World War II started when Hitler invaded Poland. Anyway, I know you knew that. I know about baby hair too. Anyway, no, it's all your fault, is what I'm trying to say. Think about all the world's problems. All right, you're probably all thinking the same thing as me, right? Axe body spray. Okay, now that is a woman's fault because when the guy opened it, he was like, I'm not sure this is going to work. It smells like roach brain spaghetti. And they're like, no, it's the guys in the commercials telling him it's going to work. Now, if the guy had walked into the club, and a woman had said, oh my goodness, what is that? He would have run around, left the place, yelled to all his friends, don't buy it, it doesn't work. He would have, scrubbed himself with a wire brush, gone to confession, the whole thing. But instead, at least one woman said, now, what is that? Exactly. You know what I'm getting at, and I know what the problem is. You guys aren't focusing on the right things. This will be good. This will be informative for you. No, okay, here's what you got to think about. And I know you're going to say, well, we're not doing it for men, but you're doing it for men. Okay, now, we don't care about your back. I know you guys tell your friends, oh, she's got such a beautiful back. Look at her back. You might as well be saying, oh, look at her tonsils. Because she can't see her own back. She can't see her tonsils. For the guys, as long as neither of them are oozing, we're good to go. Oh, I got a little gross, right? All right, we'll try something else. How about the arms? You guys are, oh my goodness, have you seen her arms? She's got such great arms. Now, let me just let you know how guys feel about this. Now, back me on this, you cowards.
Bro, you better open up a second Facebook account.
You know you have no lines. If a woman's total amount of arms that she possesses is around 2, we're good to go. In fact, that's not even really a deal breaker. So you guys got to stop. And I know where it came from. This is where they're really going to get mad at me. Because of Michelle Obama. Everyone always talked about her arms. And I'm not saying she's not attractive. What I'm saying is, while they're looking at her arms, they're missing that jaw, that sarlacc pit of a jaw that she's got right now. What I'm trying to say is, Michelle Obama ate Boba Fett. Can we not agree on this? Okay, I'm done. I won't talk about that anymore. In fact, all these guys telling their wives who Boba Fett was. But no, I won't do that because the fact of the matter is, I've never made any woman happy. So what really can I say about it? That wasn't a joke. I was just trying to do a transition. I'm gonna have a beverage. But my wife takes care of me. She does love me. I appreciate that. Although, if I'm being completely honest, she does have a date for my funeral. So I get a little worried about that. And that, by the way, could be taken either way, the form of the word date. I think she is trying to kill me. She refuses to convince me that everything in the house is safe to lick. And I find that as a red light, or a red flight, or a red something. I don't even think it rhymes with light. I didn't sleep last night. No, she takes care of me because I am clear. Well, I sat down because these knees were not going to take 20 minutes. My health. That's the big thing. And she takes me to the doctor, not the hospital. In the old days, when I was young, it was the hospital. Because at the hospital, they're trying to fix you. The doctor is not interested in fixing you. He is trying to keep you from dying, but not long term. He just doesn't want you dying in the office. They're a lot like Jaguar mechanics. You know, they look over at my wife and they say, I'm sorry, Ms. Morton, but you know, this model year, you're going to have to expect some leaking. So I'm not in good shape. My whole family, though, has been very nice about my health. My brother, as a matter of fact. This is something I don't tell a lot of people, but he actually gave me one of his kidneys. Yeah, isn't that nice? Yeah.
No, he didn't.
I didn't need it. He just kind of pushed it over to me in a napkin at a picnic. He was just like, there you go, like that. And so, but I took it, you know. So now I got 3 kidneys. I can drink mud and pee glacier water. That's not too gross. Now, the problem I got a lot of health problems. I believe Chris let you know about one of them, my CPAP condition. You know, here's the thing with the CPAP. They give you a test, and they test to see how many times you don't breathe at night when you stop breathing. And it's like one of those little blip deals. Most guys, they show them the test, it looks like a cone. Mine looked like something had been redacted. They don't know when I breathe. But here's the thing with the CPAP, if anyone's got one, I think I know why I don't breathe. I got the CPAP wrapped around my trachea, you know? It's like getting mouth to mouth from an anaconda. But it's actually my weight, clearly. Although I knew it was going to be a special night tonight, I did lose a little weight for tonight. In that I pee a lot when I'm nervous. Yeah, the thing is, I've had this tapeworm for quite some time, and it's not doing its job. So I was looking into some other ways. I thought about maybe IBS. I've heard good things. A lot of people go, oh, IBS is terrible. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's as good as bulimia, but you don't have to worry about your tooth enamel. I actually almost got into bulimia. I went to a support group once. And yeah, I was in a support group. It didn't really do much for me. It's mostly just holding people's hair back. So, Mario Hodge, everybody! No. Yeah, it's my eating. I have, this is true. You can yell out it's not true all you want, but this really is true. I do have diabetes. Just recently found out, but it's not the bad one. You know how there's the 2 types of diabetes? There's I have the one that Wilford Brimley pronounces diabetes. She says diabetes. You ever heard people say diabetes? Where are you getting this? Diabetes. I gotta say diabetes. I wear suspenders and my wife's name is Marge. I will have diabetes. And I say, well, I don't worry about diabetes because I'm gonna battle it with diet. I've been looking into what Asian people do for their diet because they don't have high incidences of diabetes. And it's because they eat a lot of vegetables like carrots and piz. Oh yeah, the Japanese, they eat a lot of piz. So do the Chinese and the Vietnamese. They like their piz, sweet piz. You get, because we're doing the diabetes thing. So diabetes, sweet piz. Ah, there you go. Okay, I'll end it quick. Here's the thing about the diabetes and the Japanese. They never have it frozen. The Japanese do not frizz their sweet piz. Can I ask your name? No? Okay. Then I will give you a name.
Madeline is my name.
Madeline?
Madeline.
No, that won't do. Yeah. So I thought I'd go vegan. But you can't have honey when you're vegan. You know, made by the biz. Up in the Triz? I can do this all night. It's my area of expertise. You know, the thing is about not the Japanese, they don't frizz their sweet piz. It's ironic because they too frizz their asparagus. Okay, I'll end it. But diabetes is not funny. And you've been laughing this whole time. If you don't have that dreaded disease, you should get down on your knees. And thank God that this bit is over. Hear that, Mario? All right, who's got kids? Woohoo! You really got kids? You like them? Mine are all right. You know, I'll say with my kids, here's the thing. When they were first born, great little tax deductions. But then, you gotta raise them, you gotta feed them, you gotta clothe them, burn them when they displease you. You know, that sort of thing, it gets to be old. But I was thinking about it the other day, the worst time I remember with my first child was the day he was born. And I don't mean it like I don't love him. What I mean is, this is great. What I mean is, you know how people say, oh, it's beautiful. It was so beautiful. Birth is beautiful. No, it is not beautiful. You know what I refer to his birth as? It was a bloody miracle. That's what I said. It was the grossest thing I had ever seen in my life. I'm sorry I was there. In fact, you know, and I was young when he was born. I was early 20s, very young guy. I had never really been given any thought to parenthood. Just the, how part of the equation. That was all I cared about. And I'll tell you, I took to that point of study with quite a bit of zeal. I was like a cross-fitting vegan suicide bomber. I was just focused on that part there. My wife, on the other hand, she had more of an ends justify the means way of looking at it. She always wanted a child. No matter what happened, she was going to get a child. And her whole life she was that way as a little girl. I think actually it started in the womb for her when she consumed her twin. I think at that point she decided, oh yeah, I think I want to have kids, and she's that way. So one day I'm getting ready for work, and she lets me know, essentially the rabbit died. And remember that term, right? You guys know the rabbit died? In our case, actually, it wasn't even a rabbit. It was the African clawed frog. That's what we used. Because if you know the story, what they used to do is they would inject into a rabbit whatever the fluid is, and people think if the rabbit dies, then you're pregnant. But in actuality, they would actually kill the rabbit, cut it open, and then examine the ovaries to find out. So the rabbit always died. But in the case of the African clawed frog, they can find out without even killing the frog or cutting them open. Apparently these little hussies will show you their ovaries with no qualms. But the point is that it was really just to back up what we already had anyway, which was the home pregnancy test. The little stick the mother's supposed to put into her morning urine. It's got to be the morning, can't be afternoon, because They don't work hard enough, you know. So it turns out it's got a little line. If it's red, it means you're pregnant, and if it's blue, it means you're not pregnant. And it was purple. So to the frog. So now we're getting ready for it. We go to Lamont's class, which I think is propaganda. It might have been helpful, I don't know, but I know this. None of us wanted to do it. None of us wanted to be there. None of us wanted to have the kids, especially the women. They were thinking, because Lamont's class is telling you all the pain, and this is how you're going to get through the pain and everything. And that's why I think it was propaganda. It was like, our instructor, after each session, she would hand out white silk scarves and pass around a bottle of sake and yell, "Banzai! Banzai!" I'm not sure about this. And they had World War II suicide. What? I don't think we have enough of that in comedy. Anyway. I know, it's played. You're right. Anyway. Belinda, is it?
It's played.
No. Fran? Gertrude. All right, good, we got it. Anyway, so we're sick of Lamaze anyway, right? We don't want to hear about Lamaze. Here's the thing, there's a couple things Lamaze that are basic to it. First of all, they say, let labor work start on its own. Let labor begin on its own. Which makes sense because happy employees are productive employees. So then, I knew one person would get that one. There's another one, they say during labor, the mother should move around, walk around, switch locations, that sort of thing. Which meant my son was almost born at the dog track. We caught her just in time, and fortunately she hit the trifecta in the first race, so we were able to, get her back. And then, no gamblers in this one, okay. They also say that after the child is born, that they should, you should keep the mother and child together. It's better for a lot of things, specifically breastfeeding. And I'm no doctor, but I would go a step further and say that for breastfeeding, the mother and the child should absolutely be together. It could be difficult, I would imagine, otherwise. So, and then they teach you to have the go bag. So I got the go bag together. I was very proud. I got everything. I got she's supposed to have a change of clothes, loose fitting, comfortable, loose fitting clothes. So I packed those, a change of clothes. Apparently they also, for things that happen, you need to have a lot of sanitary napkins, not as loose fitting. And then there's also, I didn't think about this, diapers. You're going to need diapers, right? You're going to have a baby. But then during Lamaze, you watch some stuff that happens during labor. So I got child and adult diapers there. It was a family pack. And then we got this beautiful, wonderful little baby blanket. It was made of burlap. We got it on this romantic trip to Idaho. Anyway, I packed that one in there. And then some reading material and some music, soft music for the whole thing. And then, boom, that morning, it's a Saturday morning, I'm sleeping in, she's in the shower, she wakes me up, my water broke! And I'm like, how can you tell? For she was in the shower, you see. Anyway, I start running around, I lift the bag, it's empty. Because 2 weeks earlier, I gotta have my favorite sweats, my most comfortable sweats, and she was marching Martha Stewart. So the burlap and the CDs are gone because Martha Stewart was making a bird feeder, out of jewel cases. So, I look out, everything's out in the garden. So I have to, improvise. Okay, I know I'm improvising. We got a lot. There's a lot of panic, a lot of stress, but it seems to me packing a red satin nightie is a good idea for a woman who's just had a baby. I mean, it's going to make her feel attractive after, right? And thus valuable. So we get to the hospital. And I'm driving. Admittedly, I was driving really fast. And we're hitting, bouncing around. And then we get into the parking lot of the hospital. And they got the speed bumps. And I'm like, boom, boom, boom. There's a lot of... And she's in the back seat, and she's trying to, why do you quit backing into things? I was like, we're gonna get there. We pull up, and it was cool. The nurses in the emergency room actually run out to us. And then I realized they're paying no attention to my wife. They're focusing all their attention on some guy in a cast with a head wrap that's wedged in my grill. So I'm like, what am I paying a copay for, So they're concentrating on that, so I, pull the wheelchair out from under the fender, and I get her in there, and then I push her to the maternity ward. beautiful. We got our own room. It had like wallpaper and and it was really great. We got settled in there, and a couple hours later, my wife's like, "Can I have to bed now?" And I'm like, "Hey, it's Saturday. I work for a living." But well, I don't really work for a living. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I get out. I'm my only job as a coach. I got to find ice chips. And when I get back, all of a sudden my mother-in-law's there. Just poof, I imagine. Green smoke. Anyway, and it's not that I didn't love my mother-in-law. I did love my mother-in-law, but she's just ordering everybody around. It was a side of her I hadn't seen before. I called her homicide. And so she says, I'm relegated to just rubbing my wife's feet. And so obviously I fall asleep doing that. When I come to, now it's not just my mother-in-law, my mother's there, my friends are there, my friend's father's there, the doctors, there are all sorts of medical people coming in and giving reports, and my friend's father's taking pictures, and the whole time my wife's in the stirrups. I felt like I was at a press conference outside an abandoned, caved-in coal mine or something. I'm like, can we calm down here? So it was funny when I thought of it. Matilda's getting tired of me, I can tell. She's like, are you done yet? I mean, this has been fun. Mario was great, but I gotta pee. I know what she's thinking. Anyway, so the only real person who was in control there was the midwife. Her name was Gina. Great, got nothing but great things to say about her, even though she was Irish. One of the good ones. Anyway, so she's got complete control. And she whisks everybody out of the room, and my wife, she had been, I'm not taking drugs, but now we're 24 hours into labor, and she's crying. And my wife pulls out a burner phone, and like 10 minutes later, there's this Asian guy with a I heard someone in the audience and it threw me off. He had a toothpick and he was bringing drugs. That's what that joke was trying to be. It's not like we're recording this. Anyway, so Gina says, look, we're getting you the epidural. She gives her the epidural. The epidural, that's a thing they stick a needle in your back. This person who used to torture animals when he was young sticks a needle in your back, and it makes you feel better. So now my wife, she's doing better. But then we get to 32 hours and it wears off. And the only people who are in the room, there's my wife, there's me, there's Gina the midwife, and there's a single nurse. I assumed she was single, so I didn't see her ring. So she's and now the pain's coming. The pain's coming. My wife's howling. She screams out, and you heard what happened when Krakatoa erupted, right? You could hear the sound all the way around the world. Nothing compared to my wife here. The second time, she's hailing the coming of Xenu. She's, dogs are howling outside the window. She's going nuts. There's all this chaos now. Nurses are running in. Gina she tells me, grab an ankle. So I'm holding one of the ankles to help her push, and then she calls in for another nurse, because the last nurse we saw, we don't know where she was. Actually, we did find her later. She was cowering behind an EKG machine. She's like, never get out of the boat. I gotta remember, never get out of the boat. So me and the other nurse, we each got a leg. We looked like, at a lumberjack contest. We're waiting, for the bell to start. We can start a song like that. I look down, and there is this gooey, gross, purple mush in a place that had never been, and I thought ought never be. Like, oh my God, what is that? And Gina says, oh, that's just the crown. And I go, the crown? What sort of teteroid eel is going to be ruled by this guy? What sort of tribe is that? Tribe was the word, Matilda. Are you keeping track of how many jokes I've messed up? I am. My soul. Anyway, he's not coming out. He's not coming out. Gina goes for the salad tongs, the forceps. She gets in there. She's struggling with the beast, And finally, she gets one yank, and I'm not kidding you. This thing looked like clump. You know when you don't mix up your pasta when you're boiling, it just becomes a clump? It looked like a clump of pasta. His shoulders come out, and it's like he was just going down a beef bouillon water slide. So anyway, everyone comes in, they all hear the baby crying, they all come in. First, the two grandmothers, with their rosy cheeks, and they're thinking of all the trees they won't let them climb. And then the grandfathers come in, with their whiskey breath, and they're thinking of all the food allergies they'll just dismiss as coddling. And really the baby's cooing and things. People even came up to me and they were like, "Oh, you did a great job," which admittedly I hadn't much to do with. My wife was the one who did all the cheating. So I'm in trouble. Anyway, so I'm looking at it, and he's got the 10 toes and the 10 fingers and the whole thing. And we're looking, and he's just cooing and everything. And a nurse comes over and says, "Well, we need a name on the birth certificate." And we had talked about all sorts of names, but it was at that moment. It was a really beautiful thing, actually. We threw out all the names we talked about before because we're just looking at them now, And we're like, look, he's got his little chubby little feet, and the back of the calves, his little mouth and everything, and he was going all the way up, and his head was still like misshapen because of the forceps. So what's the name? And my wife and I both look at each other like in a movie. We just look at each other and we knew. And we turn to the nurse and we say, "Gumby." And my second son. We got him in one of those gumball machines outside in front of Safeway. Needless to say, I wasn't all that upset about not getting the temporary Bratz tattoo, so. I should have just left with Gumby, huh? You guys have been awesome. I've really enjoyed this. All be ashamed of yourselves. Let's bring up all the comments tonight. And we have something on the table. Do we have the lottery raffle tickets?
Yep.
If we can have someone bring that up to us. And we know we got people waiting on us, so we're trying to get through this. I don't know if I want Mario up here now. Oh, look at this. My black wife. What you mean, baby? That's not how I talk to her.
We're talking about me.
All right. So you're going to spin the wheel. Oh, and so we got Nicole Tran, we got Mario Hodge, this guy here, Chris Cowder. I'll tell you about him. You guys didn't win. Cheaters! Cheaters!
All right, do I take it out?
Okay, well, yeah, we're going to have you take it out, sweetie. Now, the first one is you get to decide. We're going to do two of them. The first one, you get to decide whether you want a free paperback, because let's face it, I got to make some money. A free signed paperback of Grandpa's Cheese, or you can choose behind what's door number 1. And then the second person will get whatever's left over. Okay, so you have your tickets. You can read it off.
808015.
It sucks.
By the way, I would like to introduce everybody to the clump of pasta. So you want the book or door number 1?
Yeah, right. Door number 1.
All right. You get 10 Lincecum socks. Yeah, okay. So let's see now who gets the book, number 2. Oh, I'm sorry.
808047.
Hey, Matilda's friend, what was your name? Selena! So if you don't mind, I'll sign it for you. If you don't want me to, I won't, but you got a book coming to you. Okay, great. All right, well, Chris, I know you were a fantastic host, but I'm going to end it. He's a little drunk. Well, thank everybody for coming. You guys have really been fantastic, but especially Nicole killed it as usual. Mario, come on, let's face it. check him out and continue to go see him because he's funny. And Chris is here. No, Chris has a website, Comediology. We wrote a book together. He wrote some others without me because I don't know. And so check out Chris as well, and he has some things he'll be doing.
Another show.
Oh, that's right. So get out of here, people. Thank you guys very much.